Standard 9th, Subject English, Book Beehive. Good morning, children. Today we are going to start with our fourth poetry, The Lake Whistle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. Let us begin with the introduction of the poet. William Butler Yeats was an Irish poet and one of the foremost figures of 20th century literature. Yeats was born in Sandymount, Ireland, and educated there and in London. He spent childhood holidays in County Sligo and studied poetry from a very early age. In 1923, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Lake Whistle of Innisfree. Whistle means island. So the poem The Lake Whistle of Innisfree is about the poet's longing for the peace and calmness of Innisfree. Innisfree means it is an island which is situated in Ireland. It is the place name, that is island's name, Innisfree. So the poet spent a lot of time as a boy in this island. So he is just describing how he felt and what he wants to do in this island again. So let us begin with the explanation of this poetry. I will rise and go now and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles meet. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and leave alone in the bee-loud glade. So here I refers to the poet himself. So he says that he wants to get up and go to the Innisfree where he has spent time in his childhood. So he says that he wants to build a small cabin with clay and wattles. Wattles means sticks. So in old villages and all, the most of the house they are made up of clay and this stick. So he wants to make a small cabin with the help of clay and wattles. So as he will be living there, he needs something to eat. So for his food, what he will be doing? He will be growing 9 rows of beans. So according to the poet, that 9 beans rows will be enough for him for his survival. So he will be getting enough food from that 9 rows of beans. And then he further mentions that he will get honey from the beehive and will enjoy the sound of bees while he lives alone in that place, and he will enjoy the calmness of the nature while staying in that small cabin over there. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There, midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening's full of the linnet's wings. So here the poet mentions the peaceful surrounding of the place where he wants to live in the Innisfree. So he mentions that the feeling of peace, it comes very slowly. So it is mentioned in the first line that peace comes dropping slow. So he's just describing that when he wakes up in the morning and he sees the cloudy morning. So here the cloudy morning, it is been described by using the word wheels. Wheels means in Hindi it is known as gungat, and mainly this wheels the Christian brides they wear on their head, so that is known as wheels. So here the poet mentions that in the morning, as it is cloudy, he describes that cloudy morning as the wheels of the morning. And he is also he mentions that so looking at this will give him peaceful feeling, as well as he will be enjoying the song of the cricket. At night, he will enjoy the twinkling stars, and in the afternoon, the sunlight will give a purplish glow. So, as the line mentioned over here, there's midnight's all a glimmer. So, the midnight glimmer, it represents the stars at night. So, he's mentioning that at night he will be enjoying the twinkling stars, and in the afternoon, the sunlight will give him the purplish glow. So, watching all this will give him a peace and joyful feeling. And in the evening, he will also be enjoying the linnet birds. So, the small birds, as you can see in the picture, he will be enjoying the linnet birds flying in the sky. So, he want to do all these things while he is living in his small cabin in the Innisfree. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. I hear the lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. So, in this last paragraph, the poet is mentioning that now he wants to get up and go to the Innisfree. So, now he is living in a busy city life, urban area he is living. So, he is just fed up of, or he is bored of the city life. So he is mentioning that now he wants to get up and go to the Innisfree, as he is always thinking day and night, means he is always thinking about, all the time he is thinking about the Innisfree. And he says that the sound of the lake water striking the shore, it is whether he is hearing that sound wherever he stands, whether he is standing on the busy roadway or he is standing on the pavement, wherever he stands, he is always listening to the lake water lapping sound. It is being heard everywhere. So whether he stands on the busy road or the pavement, the innermost part of his heart, it always hears the sound of the lake water. So at the end, he is describing that wherever he is there, he is living in the urban area, in all the nuisance and all the troubles he is facing of this disturbance of this urban area, wherever he is there on the road, busy road or pavement, but always in his deep heart inside, he is always hearing the lapping of lake water. So, in short, the poem is about the poet's desire to leave the city life and go to a peaceful place that will be an island in the Ireland known as Innisfree. So, where he wants to spend his life over there. And why he wants to spend the life in Innisfree, because most of his childhood he has spent his time in this place, so he enjoys to live over there. So he wants to escape the complicated life which he is living now, and wants to live a peaceful and enjoy the beauty of the nature by spending his rest of the life in the Innisfree. So I hope you understood this poem. And now the next thing it is home assignment. Find out the figures of speech of this poem, and try to give reason also for the figure of speech. Next it is write down the question answers given on page number 54 and 55 in your notebook. Thank you for watching this video.